I don't know if you get just as excited every time I hear the music come on, because then I know my life is going to change one more time. You are on with Lisa P., Lisa Puerto, super agent, host of Ready, Set, Real Estate, as we continue our 5-part series on ADUs. That's accessory dwelling units, also known as granny flats and garage conversions. We are continuing our series with Sean Smith, Joseph Leduff of Your Dream ADU. You can learn more about them and their services and their business at yourdreamadu.com. This show supports Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation, this nation's first real estate focused nonprofit that is real estate focused for the youth and young adults, where they seek, teach, and empower youth ages 11 to 17 with real estate terms, concepts, and careers as an alternate pathway to success. Learn more and donate, support, get involved at realestate100youth.org. Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation is launching their first Real Estate 100 signature curriculum for ages 11 and up. Registration is now open. Session starts April 2019. Be sure to sign up at realestate100youth.org. Taught by yours truly, super agent. All right. Y'all gonna learn today. Sean and Joseph, welcome back to the show. I am so excited to have you back on. How you feeling today?
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
Oh man, this is awesome. When I come back on this show, I know the energy is gonna be there and everything is just, so much fun.
Yes.
Don't know what I get myself into every time we tune in with Lisa. So
I'm so happy that we're doing this series, because on the last show we opened up, as when we did the first introduction, we're introducing you and your services and your business as really fulfilling a need that we see between contractors and property owners. And I commend you for stepping up and filling that need. A.G. Gaston says, find a need and fill it. He was actually one of the first multimillionaires, first African-American multimillionaires back in the day. And so he is one that I quote all the time, because my mind is always programmed to recognize the need and fill it. And so I commend you for seeing it, jumping on it, and creating a way right now. And you have been doing a phenomenal job. I've been watching you scale and grow, and this is why we're here today. So again, congrats and thank you for what you are doing with Your Dream ADU.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hopefully a lot of people were able to tune into the last segment. We had a lot of fun on there. We talked about some solid topic. We talked on a solid topic, which is the contractors and pace. And some of that. But I know we have some more information and pour into you guys today. So what's going on?
Senior living, seniors is what's going on. 10,000 seniors, 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every single day.
Oh, wow. That's a good number.
And so as we look at the Gen Xers, who are the children of the baby boomers, and they have been now, the torch has been passed on to them and the millennial generation to carry them forth, right? The circle of life. And so we really want to talk about some of the things that we've experiencing. I know from the work that I've done in the community, we know that those who live in areas or properties that usually are 2 stories, are dated. They're no longer conducive to us, someone who's aging and experiencing what comes with aging, right? Primarily like things like Alzheimer's, dementia, and different things. And while there are seniors that Also in their good health, they're also approaching retirement years and thinking, great, I'm now about to be on a fixed income. How do I continue to sustain my life, especially after living through a crash and my retirement has been wiped out?
Yeah, it's
These
out
are
there.
good. Yeah, these are good topics and issues.
So let's talk about, how would an ADU, a granny flat, a garage conversion, support what we see seniors experiencing currently?
Well, the primary factor here is that, you know, AARP did a study. They do it every year, but I think right now, I think it's that 92% of seniors, prefer to age in place, and I think that's a really big thing that's going on. It's a lot of multi-generational housing is becoming more common nowadays, but pertaining to the seniors, um, it's huge because 88% of nursing homes are at max capacity. So that means that your loved one is not getting the proper, you know, care that they should. Let's say, let's put this into perspective. Um, you know, your family member, your loved one, could potentially, be sitting, in their own, pee or what, you know, the not being attentive to. They could be, rolled over, and now it's bad aligning for their hip, and now it's going to cause a future surgery. There's a lot of things that, the nursing homes, aren't able to do as far as being able to care for your loved one and providing this alternative in the backyard. I believe is huge, not only for yourself but for your loved one. It's going to help with them just grow, as they grow older into their older years. It'll probably help, them be around longer, help out with the family, or the kids. There's a lot
Yeah,
of things.
that industry is a huge, it's very, when I say it's understaffed. You have people who don't even want to apply for those type of jobs, so it's a very
Mm,
understaffed industry. And when you have people like your loved ones, or your kids, well, I say that your kids, like if you're the senior, your kids who should be able to take care of you properly, more properly,
Yeah,
or it's that's where you run into out there a lot also. So Sean is definitely correct on
I,
that.
I'm
You have a
sure,
lot of
like,
situations.
a lot of people, like homeowners, especially those who have kids, you know, the horror stories of, your kid being with, the wrong nanny, or, it, possible bad thoughts could, arise from the wrong situations involving your kids. That same thought process should go through for your parents, because I don't know if they've seen, there's a lot of bad videos out there of, nurses, not doing their job. no- and it just is, it's very, like, painful to see, someone, treat, someone, who can barely take care of themselves that way. And you know I'm very passionate about this particular topic because my mother works directly with the senior community. She's not only is she an advocate, and she has her own nonprofit meeting seniors needs, but she's ADA certified. So what she's able to assess, someone's situation to see if they would qualify for, benefits. There's certain programs she's, privy to, that helps not only seniors but veterans, as well. Um, she basically advocates on behalf of seniors, veterans, and persons with disabilities.
And
And
she understands that ADUs are huge in this
right
community.
now, especially for all three of those, seniors, veterans, and persons with disabilities.
mm,
But it's with your parents, or with your loved ones, it's ideal to keep them close.
right.
I think about it. Nursing homes run upwards about, $50,000 a year or more. You don't we There's no telling how long, our loved ones are going to be here, and we want them to be here as long as they can. So instead of, just throwing away money to a nursing home that potentially, isn't providing the type of care that they deserve, you can take that into your own property and provide a living space. And then if they are a senior, if there's some sort of like disability they may have, you can qualify for some sort of um, care, financial care, to help take care of your senior loved one, or person that has, the disability at the time. And so that way, not only are you able to, increase your assets, but and provide you know, a viable place for them to be. If you don't want them too close inside the house, especially if, depending upon the illness, then this is the perfect opportunity. Again, the perfect opportunity for you to stay connected with your family, and for you to turn it into, long-term benefit.
And Lisa, there's a lot of those situations too where I've seen, especially with my family, we take care of our own. A lot of us do, right? We take care of our family members. So there's situations out there where you have uh, a woman or a gentleman or both, a married couple that are getting older and they want their families to come move in, or they might be some financial difficulties with their son and their son's family, or their daughter's family, and they move in, right? Now you have a bigger, you have a nice house, but you have a lot more clutter, or some crowd, going on, some crowding going on. I've seen where, especially like with one of my great aunts, she moved in the back and let the front house be more of the family house situation, where she was still able to have her independence, still able to do her thing, play her music, just have her life where she wanted to be able to, wake up when she wanted to, nap when she wanted to, cook, do whatever, without having to deal with the family in the front. And those are good opportunities too. Those are great situations also, and that right there is good for the family, keeping the home value going up. They know that they're renting, or not renting, that they're helping pay the mortgage and keep it going, other than a stranger. Um, so many scenarios offhand that I could think of, especially being in the field a lot, that I see a lot of testimonies
Right.
with these.
What I hear, it's so funny because it's one thing as real estate professionals for us to advocate home ownership. One of the growing things that we are seeing, even in my own marketing, has been the senior downsizing. And oftentimes, as a matter of fact, we just had a property that I had submitted an offer for. I was representing the buyer. The seller, the property was now in a trust. And for those of you who are listening and you are property owners, specifically, I would say all property owners, but if you are someone who is a senior currently, if you do not have your property in a living trust, please do so. Sit with an planning attorney, a living trust attorney, someone who's qualified to design a state plan that includes advanced healthcare directives, power of attorneys, and pour over will instruments as part of your living trust, especially as, you never know where you get, where in your age where you're cognizant now to make that decision, but you don't know in the next couple of years will you be able to make those decisions in the future. And at least it empowers you to sign, your loved one and someone you trust, that you are entrusting with the care of your property, your assets, and more importantly, yourself. So with that being said, we submitted an offer, guys, and imagine this. They were selling the property to take care of mom.
Yeah, there you go.
Her bill was going up, and they're like, she's currently in a convalescent home. Bills going up. We need to sell mom's house because we need to take care of her. That when I followed up, we submitted an offer like on Friday. They had the first showing that weekend. By Wednesday night, a conversation with mom. Mom was fine. She did not have Alzheimer's or dementia. She shared with the kids. She was laughing and talking, and she said, I'm just tired. You guys have moved me out of my home. I'm ready to go. I'm done. She had transitioned Thursday morning.
Oh wow,
So
Wow.
wow.
So
Yeah.
when you say about, the longevity of life by just keeping them in their home or close to it, it absolutely does expand their life. The minute, and we
I
see
mean,
this
what's
all
the
the
good old saying?
time.
Like when your grandmother, with your grandmothers or the older, the elderly or the seniors, when they say, "Oh, you got to put some loving in the cooking. It makes it taste better." Certain that there's things that they want to do every day that keeps them alive. Certain music, a certain incense being lit, a certain routine that they do, and they can only do that sometimes being in their own comfort independent area. Now, yeah, they need some help with certain things, and I know Sean could get towards that in the floor plans, with senior living, because it's not just about the negatives in this. We do have, a lot more, light to this. But when you have a certain floor plan where it's spacious and it's not a bunch of
Right,
uh
wheelchair friendly, being able to
yeah, very
for
wheelchair
them,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
friendly,
accessible.
um
Handrails and
shower
restrooms, things
friendly,
like that.
walk-in tubs.
That's
Oh,
a
walking
great
bathroom.
point, and we're going to definitely cover that during our latter segment on floor plans. I really appreciate that we are covering such a very important topic when we talk about senior support or senior downsizing, and just creating ways not only to support the extended family, but also create a stream of income that is also supporting keeping the property in the family, because what I see in our communities is retention tends to be the biggest issue. So that's why I was saying, as a point from a professional, where we tend to be advocates of home ownership, but one thing that I see the industry is disconnected with is showing up after they've delivered the keys and say, well, here's how I can help and continue to support to make sure this property stays in your family or transfers generationally, which I'm going to do a shameless plug right now, which is why we are doing the Property Owners EDU Conference in
Woo!
October 2019. Stay tuned at Carson Civic Center. We are
Cannot wait.
excited.
Hmm.
We are so excited about this because there's no one in the industry that is talking about post handing those keys and how do we support the community in which we are saying we are supporting. And yes, Your Dream ADU will be hosting a full session where you can meet them, get connected, and get this valuable information. So if you're going to be in town this fall of 2019, make sure you stay connected. Get on the mailing list at info at property edus propertyownersedu.com. I'll say that again. Get on the list so you know when registration opens at info at propertyownersedu.com. All right, I had to say that, guys, because with all the value that you bring, and this is why, again, we're doing this in the form of a series, because there's so many things ADU is an answer to. It's not the answer, but it is an answer to. We discussed offline homelessness, right? Do you want to cover that here? Should we like just kind of expand, especially
Yeah, we
as
could go into another
we're
series with
talking
that.
about?
I would love to go into another topic, because that one right there is huge, especially with a lot of the new platforms that they're setting up right now in next year and the year after for this. But it is getting to a trend. But seniors right now they're the government and the city. I'm sorry, the government, the state, and also the city are really trying to figure out ways of how to help
How to
this
help?
more. Like Sean,
Yeah.
yeah, how to help this more. And this is a huge thing this summer. I suggest a lot of families this spring and summer. You're going to be having a lot of family barbecues, get-togethers. Look around, look in your family, and see who might need that extra living, or that extra assistance, or that they're coming up to age, and they know that they're living alone, or they might not. They might be further from certain family members. Just start kind of opening your eyes and be more. Talk and have a lot more conversations within your family,
Become
especially when you're together,
aware.
and see.
Become aware.
Yeah, become aware
I
of what's
love
going
that
on.
you said that. Absolutely. Use those opportunities. You guys, as we get ready to wrap this segment up of part two, as we address senior living and ADUs, the opportunity in ADU for our seniors within our own families. I love that what you just said. Yes,
I mean, it's the
absolutely.
best affordable living in California.
Our community really
Period. The
needs
best
to.
affordable living in California. You cannot find anything else. They're gonna go pay what, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, even up to $6,000 a month. A lot of them can't golf. A lot of them don't only use the TV. Literally,
Yeah.
they've done studies on
Yeah.
this. I don't have the numbers in front of me, Lisa, but I know Sean. We have access to those things, and later on we'll bring that up. But there's so many just data to this, and
Right.
it's
I
horrible.
agree. I
It's
agree. All
ridiculous.
right.
You're paying them $4,000 more on top of what they should be paying for golf, or to drive around a little cart to swing a club. That they can't do.
Right. Right. All right, guys. I feel really good in the direction that we're heading with this conversation. And I really appreciate you taking the time today and joining us on Ready Set Real Estate and bringing us with the latest information. And let me say this about you guys who are listening to the on the radio podcast and on the replay on YouTube. Make sure you check us out there. Keyword Ready Set Real Estate will come right up. Make sure you subscribe and you are downloading. Again, the show supports bringing real estate information to our communities and really right to your phone. So you are now responsible for what you heard today, to take this back to your tribe, your family, your community, and really put into action and say, now's the time for us to start discussing. As we know, our family members right before us are going to have a real estate need. And what are we doing about it? Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I look forward to the next segments as we continue our 5-part series on ADUs. We were on with Joseph Leduff and Sean Smith of Your Dream ADU. Check them out at yourdreamadu.com.